Well, hello, welcome to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm Tina with Hanging with Frugal Tina. Welcome to you. I hope you like what you see, and I hope you stay. So today we're going to do a fun one. I was looking around for different recipes, something I could make that the kids haven't had, that I haven't had, and something that's entertaining. And I stumbled across a recipe, and I just emailed myself the recipe and not the link. I should have done that, but I didn't. I just copied and pasted it. So, but you can Google it if you want to find it. It's called barbecued spaghetti. It sounded really good, you guys, so I'm going to give it a go. And if it's good, I'll let you know. And if it's terrible, I'll let you know that too. But I think it's going to be delicious. So without further ado, let's get it. Let's go. Let's heat up those pots. Come on. Here's what you're going to need to start the dinner. You're going to need some barbecue sauce. That jar is probably down to the last quarter of the barbecue sauce. And you're going to need a pork loin. This is the one that was on sale, so this is the one I got. So let's get started. For the first half, we have to get that in the crock pot. Okay, so it usually comes in 2 pieces. The pork loin, every time I've gotten them. So let's see. That's a 1, and that's a 2. Gotta put that in there. Let me just wipe my hands off. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this because it's right about here, and I want it to be able to come out after I'm done. I'm just gonna squirt about a half a cup in there. I'm gonna get a little bit of water in this. So I filled it up with about the same amount of water. I do have more barbecue sauce in the house. I just wanted to use this up. Okay, so we're gonna leave that on there for a couple of hours and on high while I'm out. And we'll be back to finish this up later today. Here's everything you're gonna need for this recipe. I am doubling it, so do with it as you will. So you're going to need some pasta, spaghetti. I have angel hair. You're going to need some oil, some tomato sauce, and for the recipe, the original recipe, it calls for a small can of tomato sauce, but I'm using the bigger one. Some Petite Diced Tomatoes, BBQ Rub seasoning. I'm using what I have in the house, and I think I actually got that from Dollar Tree. You're going to need a half a cup of barbecue sauce. I have a full cup, salt, pepper, marjoram, basil, parsley, oregano, a green pepper, all I have was red, and a small onion. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start cooking the pasta since we already have the roast cooking in the crock pot. And then I'm going to get into making the sauce. Totally forgot. It calls for some tomato paste. If you don't have it, usually ketchup will do. I have some that I have frozen, so I'm just going to break a piece off. So let's get to dicing up the pepper and the onion. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to do both the onion and the pepper, and you're just going to dice it up any old kind of way you want. I would do it in cubes because it's going into the spaghetti. But do however you want. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do mine. Okay. And so I'm just going to slice them down into slivers like that. And I'm going to cube them up a little bit smaller. Just like that. So there you go. I'm going to do that to both the onion and the pepper. All chopped up. Let's move over to the stove. Okay, so away we go. I'm going to add some olive oil to the pan. And I'm going to start with the peppers and soften them down a little bit before I do the onions, because they take just a little bit longer than the onions. Okay, so we're just going to cook these down until they're not all the way cooked. Like I said, we're going to do it just so it's partially cooked. And I will be back. Okay, going to add the onions. Oops. And we're just going to cook these down so they get translucent. In just a minute, I'm going to come back. I totally forgot to add garlic out when I was putting out all of my ingredients. Those are softened all the way down. I'm going to go in with a little bit of garlic that I forgot to put out, or a lot of it. I don't know. It depends on who you ask. I'm going to put a nice scoop. Be careful that you don't burn it, because garlic can burn really quickly. Just going to wait till I start to get a good whiff of it. That's quick. I smell it already. Okay. I'm going to start adding my spices to the pan before I add the sauce, because I like to toast them a little bit and wake them up. So let's just push that back there. So what you're going to be doing is adding a little bit of basically spaghetti sauce kind of seasonings. Here we go. I'm doubling, so 2 teaspoons of the marjoram, 2 teaspoons of parsley, oregano, same thing. Oops. I always get my spices all over the stove. And basil, like lots of basil. We're going to give that a stir around and let them start to toast up a little bit. And then we're going to add another seasoning. Just kind of want to toast them up. Oh, I smell it. You smell that over there, yeah? Okay. What you're going to do now is you're going to add whatever barbecue rub that you have. This is apparently a Memphis kind of a dish, and I just so happen to have a Memphis kind of a thing. So it calls for 3 teaspoons. So we're going to go in with the 3. 1, 2, 3. I smell it again. So let's just give it a nice little mix around here. And now we're going to start adding the ingredients. Okay. In we go. Tomato sauce. I'll scrape that out in a minute. Petite Diced Tomatoes. Bloop. In the sauce. Give that a good old mix. I'm going to let that simmer. We're not done yet. We still have lots to do. But we're going to let that simmer for a second. I have something else to add into this. But let me just get this to a simmer. And that's the rest of the can. Add a little bit of water to it. Almost forgot. I got to add the tomato paste. A tablespoon or 2. I'm just going to chip off a couple of these frozen pieces in here. This is always in my house. It's a staple because you never use the whole can. You always just have some in the background with nothing to do with it. That should be good. I'm going to add some pepper to taste and some salt. I don't want to add a lot because I'm going to be adding stuff that has a little bit of salt in it. Give that another mix. See, it's starting to simmer, so that's where I want it to get. If you don't have the tomato paste, like I said before, you can always use ketchup. Okay. Okay, we got a nice little simmer going there. And I'm going to add, hold on a second, I'm not left-handed, a cup of barbecue sauce. Whatever, ooh, let me turn that down, it's starting to pop. whatever your flavor is. If you like Sweet Baby Ray's, use Sweet Baby Ray's. If you like whatever. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to mix this up and we're going to let this simmer. If you got 45, do it, but just simmer it for as long as you can. I'm going to get the lid on it so it doesn't reduce too much. And then we're going to move over and start shredding the pork so it's ready when this is ready. Now, I don't have 45, so we won't be taking 45. All right, so I'm taking the pork out of the crock pot over here, best I can, and we're gonna shred it. So let me just start with this piece first. So I got these things from some kind of like a, I don't know what the name is, it was kind of like a Big Lot, Odd Lots, Big Jobs, whatever they're called, little bear claw shredders. And I'm just going to use this thing. I don't even think I need to use it. I could just use a fork. And we're just going to shred this. We're going to shred up both pieces. Look how easy. I don't even need these things. Goodness, I could do it with the fork. Yeah. All right. So when that is done, we'll get back over to our sauce. Our pasta's cooking, so we're coming down the home stretch here. Yeah, I think I like this better than the claws because it's so shreddable right now. And this is half of it. There's still more pieces in the pot. So that's what you're going to do. Okay, while we're in between things, I'm going to take these 2 rolls I have left over from when we had sausage sandwiches. And I didn't record that because I've made it before. And I'm going to make garlic bread out of that before they go bad. This is how I make my garlic bread. This was not a planned thing. I just happened to notice the 2 rolls sitting there. I've already toasted this just a little bit. Listen. Just ever so slightly. In the bowl, I mixed some garlic and some butter. In our case, country crock. I do it after it's toasted a little bit because this way your bread isn't soggy when you just smear the butter on it and let it cook. It never gets that little bit of a crunch. So I do it this way in the regular part of the oven, like the 350 or whatever, 375. And then I put it in afterwards. When I put this on, I put the, it all broil and then do the top. I got butter all over my fingers. And that's it, guys. As soon as this is going in the oven, we're going to mix together our things. And we are almost done. Okay. That was just a quick something. You know, a lot of times we'll just have buttered bread, but since I had these 2 rolls, why not? It's not enough for 9 people, but we'll all get a bite. All right, back to the regular show. Back to your scheduled programming. There you go. In she goes. I forgot to mention that I also put garlic powder in the butter. All shredded up. So what we're going to do is going to put some of the pulled pork to the side for the topping on it when it's done. So I'm going to take probably a third of it away. I'm going to use this bowl. I'm hoping it's not going to melt when I add the hot sauce to it. But this is the biggest bowl I have. My pot won't be big enough to mix the barbecue sauce, the spaghetti, all of that together. So we're just going to use this. That's all done. Okay, so I'm going to put my pound of pasta, which the recipe only calls for half a pound, but I'm feeding a lot of people. And then it calls for a couple of patties of butter. So I'm going to use my country crock vegetable spread. And we're going to mix that together. Just going to give that a big old mix. Let me get a better fork to mix it with. Okay, so we're just going to give it a good old mixing all the way around, just a little bit of butter. It'll give it a nice little flavor in the background. I think I need a little bit more butter than that though. Just one more patty. And just let me get that a good mixing. Into my giant bowl, I'm going to add my giant pot of sauce. Let me stop right there for a second. And then we're going to give that the biggest mix you've ever seen. I need to save some for the top. Oh, look, it smells so good, guys. Let me get the pulled pork. So, what I should have did is mix the pulled pork in with the sauce before I stuck it on there. So mix your pulled pork into the sauce. Okay, so we're gonna go in with a bunch of it now. I have it warming in a little pan over here because I sat it out and it kind of got cool in between. So we're gonna put a bunch in there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so we're gonna give that a big mix. It's gonna be really hard for me to do it on camera, but I'm gonna try. I got more sauce in the pot. All right, let me give that a bigger mix. Added the rest of the sauce in there. There's a teeny tiny bit left in there, in the pot. Wow. There's so much meat and so much food in here, I can barely even stir it. All right, I'm gonna mix this up and I'm gonna plate it up and you'll see how much meat is in this thing. Boy, oh boy, I dumped it out. This is a turkey platter. I figured we'd eat. Oh, for a minute, I thought I had the burner on. Scared me. There is so much food right here. Let me scrape out the rest of this and I'll show you what I mean. So how are we gonna finish this off? I'm gonna show you. We're gonna take some of the pulled pork that I reserved and we're gonna put a bit of it right over top of this. Ooh, that's hot. Got my bare paws in there. And then what we're gonna do, last but not least, we're gonna, can't just leave that pulled pork out there all naked, hanging out there. Ooh, that was hot by itself. That's what I get for saying naked, right? We're gonna take a little bit more of the barbecue sauce and we're gonna give her a squirt right down on it. So boop, 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 boop. And now it is time for the tasting. There you go. Barbecued spaghetti. And there she goes. That's looking yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm gonna meet you at the table.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
We're at the table. We decided to bring the whole plate over here and just take a little scoop off so we can get a little taste. This is gonna, I can't imagine that I'm telling my daughter, if we eat all of that, we're being gluttonous because it is heavy. All right, let's go. Grab some of you got some of the pork in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a lot of pork in mine. But we're gonna give it a taste test. I've never had this before. He's never had it before. So, try to keep mine on the pork. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Chet?
I'm trying to grab some of the pork. Hold on. I don't want to grab a... Ew. I'm ready.
Got it? Go. Let's go. Mmm. I really like that.
That's really good.
Mmm.
Wow.
Holy cow, that's good. Holy cow. I bet you they finished this off. I got a little piece of garlic bread to eat with it. I mean, you've seen somebody eat garlic bread before. I really, really, really like this.
That's really good.
He says that a lot. That's good. That's good. All right, let me get everybody to the table, get them fed, and see what they think about it. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. Did they eat it all? Boom. They sure tried, but they could not finish it. There's still half a platter left there. Definitely, if you don't have a large family, don't double it like I did. So let's see what they thought about it. I'm going to go first. I loved it. It was good. I've never had anything that tasted like that before. I loved it. I would make it again in a heartbeat. Jessica, what did you think about dinner?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was so good. I'm bringing my friend a plate.
She did. She called her friend and asked if she wanted some. Aiden.
I really enjoyed it.
Eric, what did you think about dinner?
It was really good.
Yaya.
I thought it was really good. I can't wait for my third helping.
Her third helping. Nikki, baby, what did you think about dinner?
It was amazing.
Got an amazing out of him. Tyler.
It was very good and I loved it very much.
And you're going on your what helping?
Second.
I think it's your third helping.
Yeah.
Blaze, what did you think about dinner?
I thought it was really good.
Is that everybody? You're going again?
Yeah.
Jessica has more to say. Come on now.
And it was very, very sweet and yummy, and it just hit the spot.
Hit the spot. Hit my spot, that's
Hit
for
the
sure.
spot.
And that garlic bread? Oh boy, that was it. That
Oh,
was the
yeah.
topper. That was the kicker.
Oh,
and
yeah.
guess what, guys? No cheese. I put a cheese in a lot of things. Not this. So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. I think you will. Leave me a comment either way. See you later. Bye.